Hello! Welcome to Bees and Tea Stitching. I'm your host, Bees and Seaweed. Anyway, so hello. Welcome to all you new people, and welcome back to all you awesome people who keep coming back week after week. I don't know why, but I appreciate it. Yes, because appropriate mug is appropriate. I don't remember if I think I might have had this one last week. And yes, I've washed it. Mm. Ah, so since I'm drinking tea, I'll go with what I'm drinking first. So this is one of my old favorites, the Ahmad tea, peach and passion fruit. It's amazing. It's black tea, but it's very fruity. And it's very good. So, but yes, if the mug is an indication, then you know what I've been working on. So yeah. All right. Get that. There we go. I was like, what is that? Oh, that's my chopstick. I use a chopstick to stir because I'm just that bougie. All right. So, what's been going on this week? Been kind of busy. I actually have done a lot of sewing, but only on one project. So I know that's kind of boring for you guys. Sorry. But I'll talk about that in a second. But also, we have a friend of ours that's he's coming into town for a few days from out of state, and yes, we're being safe, all that good stuff. But so we've been kind of desperately cleaning the house for the last week, so um, that's really kind of been what I've been doing: a lot of sewing and a lot of cleaning. So not really time for much else. I mean, other than work, obviously, because work. Alrighty. Um, let's go ahead and get to the Q&A, the comments. A few this week, always good. Like I said, like I always say, I love comments. Please comment. I will always comment back to you. So unless it's like spam or something, then I won't. But otherwise, if it's an actual comment, I will definitely comment back to you. So DLN said back to using black fabric. You can also drape a white towel over your lap when stitching. That's actually a good idea. I have not. I keep saying that I'm going to try black fabric. I haven't tried it yet. So when I try it, I will probably give that a try and see. Kind of see what's going on with that. Stitching the land good enough. Oh, almost forgot. Where are you? Oh, there you are. I'm so sorry, guys. Horse was over there sitting in his little area. Let me put him on the shoulder. Give him a nice spot. There you go. And once again, he kind of he actually matches even better with this one than he did with my last shirt. Yeah, but anyway, but Horace is here. See, there he is. Okay. But yes, so she enjoyed your video. Horace seems to be in his natural habitat on your blue tea. Apparently, I like blue, and he is even more in his natural habitat on my blue jersey. So, what can I say? I'm usually pretty good about wearing like dark like grays and greens and blacks, but for some reason the last couple weeks I've been blue. No, I'm not gonna sing it. Never mind. I was going to, but I was like, nope. I won't subject you guys. But yeah, so apparently I've been blue lately, and so yeah, he's been a little camouflaged. Um, he has coloring becomes camouflage. Yes, he does. I don't remember where this came about. But she had said bigamous is a word pronounced bigamous used to describe someone else two spouses, which I've heard of before. But of course I had to respond with the bigamous. That's very bigamous, which is a terrible old corny joke. But I have to. So all right. So Carlina, hey Fluffer. So he says hi. I guess he says hi. I don't know. I don't really hear him. I'm not sure, but from what I heard, English breakfast is about half the amount of caffeine. See, that's what I've heard is that English breakfast is always like less caffeine than Earl Grey. But I mean, what do I know? Um, She also had said that she had a light box, the old wooden kind with a glass-like surface and a normal light bulb. The one I had, like as a broke ass college art student, was the plastic kind, with a clear plastic top, and then the light bulb on the inside you plugged in. So that was the type of light box I had, and I mean, who knows where it went between. I mean, I was in college like 20 years ago, actually a little bit more. I know I'm old, so I mean, who knows where it would have gone by now. It's possible it might be hiding in my parents' house. But I don't go over there very often, obviously, because they're both a bit older, and I want to be very careful. Like you're about to fall over. Um, so yeah, so I don't go over there too often, but next time I do, if I remember, sorry, he's his placement is bothering me. Next time if I do go over, I'll try to remember to look for it because it would be nice to have. Um, but you know, the chances of me finding it are probably. Oh, just use cheap sweetener from Aldi. So yeah, I have an Aldi nearby, so I'll check. And she was also saying that the type of sweetener you use will depend on whether you just use it for cooking or for adding to drinks. So it honestly, I mean, as much as I want to try to use more artificial sweetener, if I was cooking, I would probably go ahead and just use sugar because substituting when you're trying to do something like that is just going to be kind of complicated, and so I'd probably just like you know for once just do the just do sugar. Um, she also said that she'd been considering streaming on Twitch. I would love to see you stream on Twitch. If you do, I will try to be your very first subscriber. And personally, I bet you have an amazing accent, which I would love to hear. So, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I don't know if that helps or not, but oh, so she also said talking about the socks, she has some yarn. So I will look out for that email, and I am crap. I'm really sorry. I have not with this everything that's been going on this week. I have not actually been. I did not take those measurements of my feet, so I apologize. I swear I will do it. I really will. Um, and the last thing was, oh, well, actually, next last thing. Love the small books. Kind of wish in the movie they would have made him more red. She thought he was red gold in the books. I don't know. I have the book. I haven't read it. Well, I started reading it, but I'm not very far into it. I mean, I've read it years and years ago, but I don't remember what color they describe Smaug as. So, um, yeah. So I'll have to find the book and get to that point because yeah, I just don't remember. Last thing is so it makes you wonder if 1,000-year-old honey is still good to eat. Why do they put an expiration date on it? The only thing I can think of is two things. One, either that there's probably a rule that everything that's edible has to have some sort of expiration date. Um, no matter what it is, and obviously, country to country that would differ as to how that's done. Excuse me, yawn. I have caffeine, and it's afternoon, so I had no reason to yawn. But so country to country, that might be different. The only other thing I could think of is maybe that if it's not pure honey, if they have to add something else to it, maybe whatever that is that they add to it has an expiration date. But that's the only two things I could think of. They are my best guesses. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, so have an awesome week. Thank you for the comments. I always love your comments. And the last one is from Michelle Bendy Stitchy. Hi. She said, "I'm so glad you're back. I'm glad to be back. I'm still working through the backlog of videos. For most of them, I'm only doing the very last video. Oops, sorry. Wow. Ooh, I don't know what's making me yawn, but man, apparently I do not have enough caffeine. Um, but yeah, so I'm just watching the first episode mostly, and But yeah, I mean, I'm getting caught up eventually. So I still have a ways to go, but I'll get there. All right, so that is all the comments for today. It's probably going to be fairly short because this week has been kind of busy. So like I said, I've only been stitching on one thing and don't have a whole lot of haul. So I have been kind of bad this week though. I've ordered a few things, so next week might be kind of bad. Also, the Sips by box should be getting to me soon, so I'm hoping maybe that'll be here by next week. So maybe you guys can get one of my extra tea boxes. That should be coming up pretty soon. It's been about a month, so yeah. All right. So first off, haul. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I apologize. Whips. Let's let's do that, shall we? Not a big surprise, and upside down. You guys have seen. I mean, there's not much over on this side that you guys are missing. You've seen it before. It's just the rest of the frame here. So obviously, I had to shift it over, and this is the middle of the pattern, or about the middle, and because I think there is some extra over here for an extra graveyard. But as you can tell, I've been working really hard. I finished off, this part, which you can't see. Been working really hard on the columns. Got the rest of this done, and this new gargoyle. Oh, well, actually, sorry, the rest of this done, and this new gargoyle. And now, as you can tell, I'm working down on this column, which is this inner one here, the smaller one. That's 5 rows, and then this outer row one is 6 rows. And then it'll be, of course, 5 and then 6 out here. So, technically, so the new pattern drops on the 1st. So, a couple days from now, as I'm recording this. So part 2, February, will come out here, which is why I really wanted to get this middle part done. So technically, even though I don't have these columns done, this area is complete. So it's ready for part 2 whenever that comes out. Part 3 is up here. That's why I finished this and the gargoyle last night, because that way I have both February and March ready to go. Unfortunately, the next one, number 3, is down here. So, that is something I'm going to have to work on. But I'm hoping, the frame is huge. This is not all that. And I know it's not going to be full coverage, obviously, because, we chose fabric. So I'm hoping that, this won't take too long, and then I can keep working on the columns and then over here. So that's my thoughts. But yeah, so the gargoyles are really cute. I had forgotten to add their little fingers, so when I did the first one, it's the one over here. So I added his fingers and his fingers. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. So that's kind of where I am with that, and of course, I have. They don't all have appropriate needle minders, but this one does have appropriate needle minders. So that's that on that. That is all of my work, which it's kind of hard to tell, but it actually is a lot of sewing. Yep, so that's good. For haul, just a couple of things. First off, I did do the socially distanced sewing on at our local LNS, and so the person who does the Grim Grinning Ghost cell also has a couple of other free patterns in. Well, I mean that's free, but I also have a couple of other free patterns in there on that Facebook group, which I should have a link to. I'll double check, but I should have a link to it already. And one of them says, "I like my house is haunted," and then it has like Gus Ezra and Phineas. I remember their names at the bottom. And somebody did it in. They did it so it was lined in glow in the dark, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome! I have to do this for my husband." So I have glow dark thread. And it's pretty small, so and this should still be 8 yards, right? I believe this is 8 yards. Yes, or 8 meters. I'm sorry, 8.7 yards. So yeah, that should be fine. That should be plenty enough of the. This is the last one they had, so hopefully it's enough. Oh, also, I should have put in my life update. Is we are slowly but surely moving our bathroom over from um, South Carolina Gamecocks to Haunted Mansion. We have the shower curtain, the towel, and we've switched out two of the lights for like purple lights. So two are normal and two are purple. They're kind of a soft purple, so it's not like intense. I apologize. You can probably hear my cat moving around. So they're not like intense lights that are like purple, but they're kind of subtle, and they're LED. So yay. But yeah, so we're slowly moving it over. I'm going to wait until we get a little bit more in to take pictures because right now there's just not much to see. But you know, keep a lookout for that. And Selena is trying to come around. Are you gonna come around? No. Anyway, so keep a lookout for that. I'll probably both on Instagram and also on here, because I know there are other Haunted Mansion fans other than me. So stay tuned. Yep. And the other thing, other couple of things here, that I've got haul wise. Whoops, and I'm dropping my thread. Nice, Selena. I love you. Okay, I apologize. Selena. Okay, hold on. All right, Cat. I love you, but nope. Nope. Well, first off, hi. And second off, thank you. So, hi, Cat. I love her, but not while I'm recording. So, I actually got this while I was at my LNS. They had both of them. This is the second, of course, of the Wicked 2. But it's got this little banner here. But the one I'm actually kind of more interested in is the little bat Biscornu, which is really cute. I've already done two Biscornus actually. So, you know, I thought that those are really cool. It as you can tell, it wasn't the cheapest, but it is two or three. I guess it's just the two. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess it is just the two patterns. But I mean, 18 for two patterns isn't all that bad, honestly. And then this is the thread needed for it. So that's all I got from my LNS this week. And then the big exciting one, which I really all right. I really need to stop doing this, but I could not. I just could not resist. Um, I love me some Christine. Stitch all the things. She is just the bestest. Um, and she makes these bags. This is the second or third one that I have. At least second. I think second. That I have from her. The other one I actually was a custom one that I sent her the fabric. So, but yeah. So I mean, just look at this. You've got the little shiny stuff at the bottom. You've got this is quilted. So there's a nice. I mean, look at this. It's nicely nice handle, and I mean it's just beautifully centered. And look at that. Just look at the stitching. Beautiful. Beautiful. Got the skulls on the inside. There you go. And also, one thing I love that she did is she threw in a little piece of was it 814. And look at this. It goes perfectly with it. I love it. That's why I hadn't bobbinated it yet because I was like I wanted to keep it. I might actually keep it in here because I mean look at this. It goes perfectly with this red in the background. So yeah, I mean this is just I mean just look at the work on this thing. It is amazing. Look at the sewing, the way that the zipper's in. I mean, I can't stop raving about it. And of course, like I said, the shiny is really cool. And she'll coordinate the shiny, of course, with everything else that's going on. I love this. Is almost like a snakeskin pattern. Not exactly, but close. So yeah, that's really awesome. I mean, just I love her stuff. Oh, oh no, horse, don't fall. Horse Fluffernutter, Esquire the Third. I think was his name. I don't remember exactly the name that we gave him. But yeah, so that was all of my whips. So let me go ahead and go through the of the weeks, and then we'll be all set. And some more tea. Yummy tea. All right. So I don't know how I missed these two stitchy ones before. Um, so I apologize for that because I definitely should have put these guys on blast before. Not on blast. On I don't know. Anyway, I should have talked about them before because they're awesome. Matt, NBC Stitcher, who is one of our virtual stitchers as well. He's just a super, super sweet guy. And so he is my floss tuber of the week. Definitely worth checking out. I love the stuff that he does. So definitely go watch him, and obviously I'll have all the links below. For the Stitchy website, how did I not put these guys out here before? Fire Poppies. They are in my freaking state. They're down in Charleston, of course, but you know. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people like them, and a lot of people use them. And weirdly enough, I was a little tardy to the party on them. Um, I'd heard about them, and I'd heard about a place in technically it's in a city called Somerville. It's a just like a suburb of Charleston. But I say Charleston because that's the city most people know of in South Carolina. Even though, there are some really nice places up here in the up part of the state too. So anyway, bitter, maybe a little bit. I mean, I love South Carolina, but when people think of South Carolina, they think of the low country down in Charleston and Hilton Head and all those places. But, and the beaches, which are not in Myrtle Beach, obviously, which is great, and those are wonderful. But I mean, you've got the mountains, and you've got waterfalls and all sorts of pretty stuff up here in the upstate that people seem to forget. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, anyway, fire poppies are great. I love them to death. I've been in there once. I think I talked about it. This summer, was it this? Yeah, it was this past summer when I went to the beach. I stopped by Fire Poppies, and it's just this cute itty bitty little building, kind of freestanding building on right off of a main road. And so I actually drove past it once, and then finally figured out where it was. And but yeah, it's a it's looks small from the outside, but it's actually pretty decently sized from the on the inside because it kind of stretches back. But they have a great selection. The people there are just super friendly, and I love their wall of. They have a wall of threads, which I don't think I took a picture of, and I wish I had. I'll just have to find another excuse to go down to Charleston, I guess. Oh darn! I would still love. We have the USS Yorktown in Charleston. Uh, it was a World War II airplane aircraft carrier. There we go. And so it is permanently docked in Charleston, and it's one of the big draws there. It's really cool. I haven't been to the Yorktown since I was like a wee little kid because he used to do these things, like they do in museums and stuff where you could like sleep the night, and they'll tell you all about it and you get to explore, and it was really cool. But yeah, I haven't taken my husband down to the Yorktown yet, and I would like to. So if I ever get an excuse to go down there, obviously when things start getting a little less crazy, I would love to go down there and maybe take another trip to Fire Poppies. Cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. So, yeah. So Fire Poppies, awesome. And then the last one is going to be the Non-Situ website. And I like making it kind of weird, and hopefully you guys don't mind that it's kind of. I'm really like esoteric and all over the place when it comes to the, non-situ websites. Actually, I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but if you guys have suggestions on floss tubers or stitchy websites or non-stitchy websites, please put them in there. I don't know why I haven't actually mentioned that before. This is my 40th video, and I'm finally thinking about that. Go figure. But yeah, but go ahead and give me suggestions. I'll definitely take a look at it because I always like new stuff. But for the non-stitcher website, I, I don't even remember how this came up. It was something on YouTube that I was watching. There's this whole big controversy about this paint that's like so black that it actually, because the it's so black, it's so dark that it actually like absorbs light. I think it is. I don't remember. It's just too sciencey for me. But it's the way that the molecules in the paint line up. It's like so dark that it actually absorbs light and just makes it look even darker. And then there was this big controversy because it was scientists that made it, but they didn't want to release it to artists. So apparently, an artist figured out how to do this and not only made a black paint, but he actually made it darker than what the scientists did. And I don't understand how. It's all sciencey stuff to me, but there is video of it, and it's pretty crazy. I mean, they were saying like if you like stared at it, it would like start making you like, I don't know. It's like it started making you dizzy or something, or I don't know, because there's so little light that your eyes get like tricked into it. It was weird. But anyway, so they're calling it, I think he called it, yeah, Black Paint 3.0. He did a 2.0, which was, supposed to be better than the other one. And then apparently this guy did one that was even better than his old one, so that is Black Paint 3.0. Sorry, my nose is itchy. So it's the world's blackest black acrylic paint. And apparently, whereas the science one, it had some materials in it that, were like super hazardous. Apparently, this is the 3.0 is a acrylic paint, so it actually can be used by anybody. And of course, everybody wants to do the whole Roadrunner thing and paint it on a wall. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to get some, but I don't really know what I would do with it exactly. Um, it's you get it in 150 milliliters, which I think I did that. It's about maybe 4 or 5 ounces, not much. And I don't remember how much it was. I want to say it was. Hold on, let me take a look here. Uh, Copy, because now I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna look at my own link here. Let's see. It is $21.99 for 150 milliliters. Um, and I wish I could show you guys, but if you go to the link, it actually does show you some of the paint, and it's pretty crazy. So yeah, it's kind of cool. And I mean, $22. I don't know. I might just, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll paint it on something. But I mean, like, I don't know, paint it on a mask like they have it in the picture or something. I don't know, a V mask or something. That'd be kind of weird. Or I should say Guy Fawkes mask. Hmm. That's an interesting thought. I don't know if one tube would be enough to fill up an entire Guy Fawkes mask, but that's tempting. Anyways, so I will yeah, I'll contemplate on that and get back with you. If you guys have any suggestions, again, if you guys want me to get the paint and do like a paint review painting sort of thing, you know, it's I mean, it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but my curiosity is enough that I would probably go ahead and spend the money for it just because I'm curious. So yeah, anyway, let me get off of the paint here. So the last thing is going to be beeswax. Um, this is really cool, and I didn't give you the entire information because I didn't want it to be too long. But worker bees actually have different jobs according to their age. So they start when they're just born to clean the little cell where they were born, and then clean other cells, and then they keep working up, and essentially their last job that they do, obviously until they pass away, is collecting pollen, and then all the jobs in between. So it's really cool. I didn't know that, and that's just the worker bees. I mean, obviously, You know, I don't know how the other bees work, but I actually did not realize that they had different jobs. I mean, how do they know how to go from one to the other? I don't know. I mean, it it forms more questions than it really answers, because how do you know what you're supposed to do? Do they just know? Do other bees push them to do other things? You know, now I want to know, darn it. But anyway, bees are, see, that's why I love bees, because they're freaking fascinating. And we're losing them, and we need to freaking do something about it, because bees are very important, even though they're, you know, some people think they can be annoying, which, I mean, you know, but yeah, they're a very vital part of the ecosystem. All right, off the soapbox, off the soapbox. All right, well, that's right at about 30 minutes, so that's usually about what I shoot for. I guess that is about it. So, I should be able to have one next week. I'm pretty sure he's going to be leaving before then, my guest. So I would expect a video next week. Like I said, I wasn't sure about this week, but I'm doing this before he arrives, so that worked out for me. All right, so I guess I will talk to all you guys later. Bye.